What is your idea for a thriller?
My idea for a thriller is called The Diary of Lucy Lane, and it's about a man called Mr. Robinson who's a teacher at a high school in Texas, and he's in his early 60s. He's very grey, he's old, he holds grudges against people, he's not a very nice man. But he lost his wife when his daughter was born, which is a long time ago. Then his daughter, when she was about 15 or 16, she used to get bullied a lot because she was really pretty, and people used to not like her. And her name is Lucy Robinson, because obviously her name is Mr. Robinson. She used to get bullied because she was pretty, blonde hair, blue eyes, and then she hanged herself when she was 15. So that's why Mr. Robinson used to be really aggressive to other people. So when he started teaching, when he got older, he came into a young girl called Lucy as well, who's blonde and blue eyes that looked exactly like his daughter. Her name was Lucy Lane. That's what the name of the title was called, The Diary of Lucy Lane. And Lucy Lane was, again, 15, blonde hair, blue eyes, and he started to become, because he lost his daughter, he started to become obsessed with the people that he used to teach. And because he started to become obsessed, he started to get a bit touchy-feely, he started to become really nice to her, buying her things, letting her do extra things in class. And his colleague, Mr. Smith, realised what he was doing. And Mr. Smith alerted the principal, and the principal kept an eye on him, and just for a few weeks he kept on seeing what he was doing. And because Mr. Robinson has been a teacher there for a long time, the principal went up to him and said, "Well, I know what you've been doing, and it's not acceptable." And he was like, "I haven't done anything wrong." So he said to him, "Well, you have to go," and he dismissed him quietly, so no one else found out. But when he got kicked out of the school, he started to become more obsessed with the girl, because he realised that it looked like his daughter and he wanted her back. So he hatched a plan to take her back. So he went to her house, he scouted her out, he took all down information, what she does at certain times, where she goes, and then he abducted her, he took her, and the film ends when he's driving off with her in the back, all tied up. What's your idea for a thriller?
My idea for a thriller is based on Propp's narrative theory, and it's called Three Brothers. And basically there are three brothers, and there are three of the characters, which is the hero, the villain, and the false hero. And the three brothers are in love with this one girl, and it happens to be their father's best friend's daughter, and she can't choose between any of them. And her father doesn't want her to be one of them, who is the villain, so he kills her father, and he kidnaps the girl. And then the false hero, who tries to get her back and pretends that he's doing all of this to help his brother, is also in love with that girl. And the dispatcher is their dad, so he helps the hero, who is also in love with the girl. So it's basically a battle of the three brothers, and so he kills the girl's father, and the helper's the girl's best friend, which kind of switches it up, because it'll be a female character. So the villain's pretty obsessed with the daughter, so when he kidnaps her, he tortures her, and he sends pictures of them two together to his brothers to make them jealous, and to his father, who kind of abandoned him because he doesn't approve of his methods of trying to find love. And I think that's it.
What's your idea of a thriller?
My thriller is going to be called The Caretaker, and it's going to be based in a tower block. We haven't fully decided the area, but it will be based on a tower block. And it consists of three characters: Dennis Rodman, Mary Rodman, and a boy called Ralph Enigma. And the caretaker, Dennis Rodman, he turns psycho after his wife falls off the top of the tower block. And then how the story progresses is that a boy called Ralph Enigma goes onto the top of the roof to have a cigarette, and the caretaker sees him at the scene of the crime, which is the most important part, and from there he sees him as connected to his wife's murder. So throughout the whole story, he intends to stop the boy from leaving the tower block. So that's what my thriller is.
What's your idea of a thriller?
My idea for a thriller would be called Death of a Teen, and basically it consists of two characters. It has a mother called Wendy and a child called Isaiah, and basically they're struggling for money. So what the child does, Isaiah, he like scatters around the city and starts robbing people. Wait, this goes on for months and months and months, and they live with a good. They basically get more money, and that leads them to like spend money on more luxuries. Although they shouldn't really get that type of money because it's a crime. So as the story goes on, karma hits them, and a group of boys who are committed to the police force try to stop him. Even though they're not official policemen, they still want to try and stop him because they don't even like Isaiah in the first place. So what happens is Isaiah they chase Isaiah through the city, and Isaiah has to try terminating them each one by one. And what happens is as he terminates one by one, the FBI gets involved and gets more serious. So in the end, Wendy helps Isaiah, so he goes on a chase with him. But then it all goes bad because they both have to kill themselves because they know they won't make it through the end. And then narrative is involved within the movie, so it has Dodorov and props. So that was my idea of a thriller.